Let's take a look at a project item journal. Project item consumption journals are a simple way of consuming inventoried material to your projects. The journal is set up in the inventory management module. Let's jump into AX and then we'll get in there and set up a journal, and then we'll create one and post it as well. Alright, so what we'll be doing here is creating an item journal, formerly known as an item consumption journal once upon a time ago. So what we'll be doing is navigating to the inventory management module, and under inventory management we'll be under setup, journal names, and then there's two menus within here, inventory and warehouse management. We'll be selecting the inventory option or menu, and it's the same functionality that you've seen elsewhere. You create a new one and then go define all the parameters. I already created one called a project item. And basically the main thing when you're defining or creating a new item journal is to specify the appropriate journal type. And if I just do create a new one, you can see that there's quite a few different journal types in here. The only one that's applicable to us is the project one. So we will pick that project one, and I did on the one that I created here. And then basically the voucher series defaults in for you in this case in the Contoso demo data because it's set up in the inventory management parameters. If it didn't default in, select one. Other than that, all these settings are the same as you've seen previously. The only difference is this reservation field. So basically you can tell AX how to reserve when you add lines to an item journal, whether it's manual, automatic, or explosion. Explosion basically means lets our MRP do the reservation for you. So from here we have our journal created. Now let's go and create an item journal with this journal name that we created. So to create an item journal or an item consumption journal, you can go to Project Management and Accounting, under Journals, and then select Item. Now from here we can create a new one. And we got this Project Item Junior journal name pulling in. We want ours, so we'll pick the Project Item one. And you can see our description pulled in, all the defaults from our journal pulled in here. If we go to the Setup tab, our reservation type, we left it as manual, went in. Blocking and history, yep, those are there. Store inventory, this is where you can define on this default site and warehouse for any line that you add to this journal. So now we'll go to the lines, and you can see just like every other journal, you got a line, you got to dump in the project ID, the item number, and then line property. I guess the difference is we have an item number field for an item journal, go figure. So we'll define which item we're going to consume to this project, which is project 92. And here's all our different items. We'll just pick this database item, which is S0017. And once we pick that, then we'll have to define the quantity. But what it's doing right now and why it's taking a second to load is because it's initializing all the values from the actual inventory or the product information management module. So you can see that the cost price pulled in from the item. If we jump to the other tabs, let's jump to the project tab. We can see that, yep, there's the cost price. We got a sales price of $7,599, and you can actually edit this one, but the one that you can edit is the cost price. That's by design. That's how the system works. So if you want to adjust the cost price, you have to go back to the product information management module and adjust it there. So we'll just purchase one of these, and not purchase, I shouldn't say, because you're consuming inventory to your project. And so we'll consume this quantity of one to our project. So now after we post this, the cost will be consumed to our project. And then if it's a time and material type project, which 92 or project 92 is, you will be billing the customer for $7,599. Then you have your product dimension values as well, and we set those on the actual journal, so they pulled in right to the lines. You can have those default from all over the place. You can set them on the product itself too. Other than that, if you need to run that reservation, like a manual reservation, you can come up here. All this stuff should be covered around the inventory button in the supply chain courses. So For our purpose, what we're doing is just consuming material to a project that already exists in inventory. Notice the post button is grayed out right now. You actually have to save this one to get the post button to show up. So just hit the post button now. And same functionality as we've seen before, but we'll hit OK here. And now we have consumed material to our project. We jump to that project 92 and look at the posted transactions. We should see that item, whatever it is. Here it is, number 17. I did this one earlier, apparently. Yeah, there's the cost and the sales value associated with this project. All right, that's using an item's consumption journal.